Shut out the noise from the world and listen. Have you ever wondered if God is really working in your life? What if I told you there are clear, undeniable signs that you're getting closer to Him? Signs you might already be seeing, but didn't realize were divine moments? Stick around, because today, we're diving into the 5 powerful signs that God is drawing you closer to Him. And trust me, you won't want to miss a single one. Whether you've been walking in faith for years or you're just beginning your journey, one question always comes up: how do I know if I'm getting closer to God? The truth is, God gives us signs, clear signs, that He's at work in our lives. But these signs aren't always flashy or dramatic. If there's one thing we all struggle with, it's control. We like to think we can plan every step, control every outcome, and predict the future. But here's the thing. One of the biggest signs that you're getting closer to God is when you start to let go of that control. Suddenly you realize that no matter how much you plan, God's plan is bigger, better, and different. It's in those moments when life feels uncertain, when you're forced to surrender the need to have it all figured out, that you're actually growing closer to God. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that God's got this. And when you let go of that control, you open up space for God to move in ways you couldn't imagine. Have you ever had a moment when you finally released control over a situation, and suddenly, things started to fall into place? That's no coincidence. That's God working, and you're learning to lean on Him. If you've ever experienced a moment where you let go and trusted God, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to hit that like button if this is already speaking to you. Your likes help more people find this message. The second sign? You're becoming more aware of your thoughts and actions. You see, when you're getting closer to God, something begins to shift inside. You start to catch yourself in those moments when you might have previously acted out of anger, jealousy, or frustration. Now you pause, you reflect. That's not just personal growth. That's spiritual growth. The Holy Spirit is at work within you, helping you see the world and your place in it with new eyes. You begin to ask yourself, is this pleasing to God? Is this how I want to respond? It's like having an internal compass that's guiding you toward love, kindness, and patience, things that reflect God's character. If you're noticing this shift in yourself, that's a powerful sign that God is drawing you closer to Him. It's the subtle transformation from reacting impulsively to responding thoughtfully. It's like the old you is fading away, and the new, more Christ-like version of you is emerging. And listen, if you've noticed this change, however small, don't brush it off. Celebrate it. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and each step matters. Drop a comment if you felt this shift in your life. Let's keep the conversation going. Here's a big one. Have you found yourself craving more time alone with God? You start wanting to pray, not out of obligation, but because it feels like a lifeline, a connection you don't want to lose. You might find yourself thinking, prayer becomes less of a routine and more of a relationship. It's like any close friendship. The more time you spend together, the deeper the connection grows. You start to realize that those quiet moments, whether in the morning or before bed, are not just rituals. They're sacred. They're where God speaks to your heart, fills you with peace, and guides you. And it's not just about talking, it's about listening too. When you find yourself drawn to moments of stillness, that's God nudging you to come closer, to be with Him in the quiet. If prayer and quiet reflection have become more important to you lately, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're looking for more ways to deepen your prayer life, don't forget to subscribe. We have so much more to share with you. Another undeniable sign that you're growing closer to God, the shift in how you treat others. Compassion, patience, and forgiveness start to become your natural responses. And here's the thing, these aren't always easy. Let's be real. We all have moments when someone gets on our last nerve, when we feel wronged, or when forgiveness feels like the hardest thing. But when you're getting closer to God, you begin to see people through His eyes. You remember that Jesus forgave you, and that grace extends to everyone, even the difficult ones. Compassion starts to flow more freely, and you find yourself caring more deeply for the people around you, even strangers. And when you forgive, it's not just for them, it's for you. It's about releasing that weight from your heart and letting God's peace fill the space where resentment used to live. That's one of the clearest signs of spiritual growth. You're learning to love more. You know, has anyone else experienced this? Or you find yourself acting with more kindness and compassion, even when it's tough? Let us know in the comments how God has softened your heart. Your stories might encourage someone who's struggling with forgiveness right now. Now this one's big, when life's challenges don't shake you like they used to. It's not that you're suddenly immune to stress or hard times. Life still happens. The difference is, when you're getting closer to God, your perspective shifts. You start seeing your problems in the context of God's bigger plan. You realize that no storm is bigger than the one who calms the seas. You may still feel the waves of life hitting you, but now you know that God is your anchor. You trust that even in the hardest moments, He's working for your good. It's that peace that surpasses understanding, the kind that doesn't make sense to the world, but makes perfect sense in your heart. And here's the best part. You start looking for what God is doing through your challenges, instead of just asking, why me? You begin to see difficulties as opportunities for growth, for God to show His power and grace in your life. If you've experienced that unshakable peace, or if you want to, leave a comment below. Let's build each other up and share how God has carried us through our toughest times. And if you're still with us, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay connected with more uplifting content like this. Remember, you are never alone in your journey. God is always with you, and these signs are just the beginning of something greater. If this video helped you recognize that God is drawing you closer, share it with a friend who needs this message. Until next time, keep your heart open to the ways God is working in your life, and stay blessed. Thanks for watching, and may God's peace continue to guide you every day.